So Felipe, we got the second session on day 9.
Yeah.
I'm very, very happy with the progressions on your serve and your forehand. It's big improvement. And that was our heavy focus. This whole time was forehand and serve. We did a little bit of backhand, did a little bit of volley. Come on, be ready up there. It's not a joke. I don't want you to leave without me trying to help you with one more shot. A shot that's maybe not the most important shot, but yet it's important.
Okay.
And it's not necessarily a weakness, but it bothers me because it doesn't look perfect. It could look a little bit better, and that's your overhead.
Okay, perfect.
There's something a little bit off on the overhead. I like to make a couple of corrections real quick, okay? So let's start with overhead, and then we'll go back to forehand and serve.
Okay, of course.
Let me see a few overheads. Hit him this way, okay? Okay, so there's a couple of things that makes the overhead look a little bit deficient to me, just by the optics of it. And now that I've looked at it, the body doesn't accommodate the racket's swing path. So you start here, which is good. You do have a tilt. You put your left arm up. The racket might be a little bit too low. It doesn't need to be this low on the overhead. It can be a little bit higher. The elbow sometimes is on the hitting side of the body like this. Okay. And you're sometimes a little bit open with the feet. So you did turn your shoulders, but often you're hitting off of this leg.
Okay.
So you're better off hitting off the left leg and being completely closed off.
Okay.
And then when you're looking at the ball, you look over with your chin over the left shoulder. So a little bit more turn so you get torso rotation. But the number one thing that makes the overhead look so kind of stiff is that the body stays very upright and the arm goes down by itself. So you go here and you go like this. So the body stays upright, the arm goes down like this.
Okay.
So make the body follow the racket's path. So when you're here, you hit, you can be upright, but then when the racket starts going down, go down with the body so that you get a little bit more forward momentum. Very similar to the serve.
Okay.
So you go here, a little bit more turn, more sideways, chin over the shoulder, racket a little bit closer to your head, get a nice tilt, and then after you hit, go down a little bit with your torso. Not too much, but a little bit down so you can accommodate the swing path and give a little bit more of a down force with the body.
Okay.
And I think it's going to be more fluid, more natural that way, okay?
Okay.
And one thing, don't come around with that back foot. Keep the back foot backwards. Don't come around because then you're spinning in a circle, okay? So keep the back foot behind longer. Better. Way better. Way better. Get the racket up a little higher. It's too low. Way better. Racket a little higher. Racket a little higher, Felipe. It's too low here, okay? It's too inefficient when it's low. You can't get out of this so fast because on the overhead, there's no movement other than the racket drop right away. Okay. So keep it a little bit higher. Better. Better. You know what's interesting? The comparison between your high forehand from the beginning of the week when you were having trouble with it and the overhead is that on the overhead, you make very little adjustment steps. So you were kind of planted and waiting without moving. So the overhead, just like the high forehand, requires a lot of small steps and constant adjustment because you don't know exactly how the ball is going to fly. A very high ball like this can have a variance from the wind or whatever. So you need to have small steps and put yourself in the perfect position. Now, when it comes to the overhead, you want to make contact on your right side. So you put yourself a little bit left of the ball because you're going to meet it at 1 o'clock.
Okay.
It's not like the serve where you can bend backwards and go like this.
Okay.
On the overhead, you make contact at 1 o'clock.
Okay.
So you put your body with the more footwork in the perfect position.
Okay.
Laterally and forward, backward.
Okay.
And make small steps. All right, here we go. Good. Small steps, here we go. Keep the arm up. Good. Good, yes, come on. Again. Again. Get the racket up a little higher, Felipe, a little bit higher. Don't open the feet, more sideways the feet. Okay, the reason why this sideways setup is so important is not only that you're more turned, but also for adjustment, because you never want to be like this and then having to move backwards this way. Because there's going to be much slower movement and possibly more dangerous because you're running backwards. So you always want to move sideways backwards on the overhead, maybe with crossover steps, okay? So don't be afraid to be completely sideways. Get the racket a little higher, closer to your head. And then when you are finished, you're going to accommodate the swing path. Shortly after contact, you're going to go down with the upper body a little bit. Best one so far, yes. Good. Okay, now let's practice moving backwards. So touch the net, I'm going to push you back and you hit an overhead, okay? Here we go. Go again, come on up. And another one. Come on, Felipe. Come on, Felipe. You got this one. Get the arm up a little higher. Good. Rafa 360. Crossover step is going to be faster. Yes, match point. Yes, come on. You can't be from here, because what happens when you're coming from here, the racket first has to go here and then here. Now you're losing because you have to accelerate fast on the overhead.
Okay.
There's no wind up. Overhead is just the instant acceleration, instant.
Okay.
So your acceleration is slower.
Okay.
So some of those overheads that you did correctly, they looked a lot better. So continue working on this, because while the overhead, you don't get that many in a match, what if you get one when you have break point and you miss one and now you're going to be mad?
I miss a lot.
So you want to have full.
I miss a lot.
You want to always have a full repertoire, you know. Get the racket up. It's too low. Rack it up.
When I flick on the foot, I can't flick in the arm. When I flick on the arm, I can't flick on the foot.
I understand. I get it. It's tough. Good. Again. Very good. Since you prefer inside-out forehand, high forehand, let's practice inside-in.
Okay.
Let's practice the one that you like less.
Okay.
I think the best way to approach this is to just select the target and let the swing path come out intuitively,
Okay,
because
okay.
you already know how to shape the racket to
Yeah.
get the proper
Yeah.
placement on the ball. So that's where the basket is.
Yes,
You
yes.
just aim there, it should be okay.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
Sometimes I lose this.
Yeah.
Yes,
You just
yes,
focus on the
yes. Okay.
target, and I think the swing path will take care of itself.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Okay. Yes, one more. Like, I don't know if you saw my lesson for heavy topspin with Alec. That's one example of when you try to make heavy topspin mechanically, you're gonna start making mistakes. You're gonna slow it down, you're gonna push.
Yes.
You're gonna create thin topspin. So the danger lies in becoming too mechanical and too technical with things that can ruin your stroke. So in the example of topspin, you already know how to make topspin. You just have to find cues on the court and certain things on the court to make the topspin come out intuitively. When it comes to this, the target in itself, we already talked about having the target in the middle of the court on the first day. Remember, we talked about this.
Yeah.
This can help you get the proper swing path without even you knowing how you're doing the swing path. Comes out by itself.
Yes.
Just by you selecting the target, because you already know how to swing on a forehand.
Yes, I know in what age I have to pick up the ball.
Right.
And what swing path I need to do.
But sometimes when you focus on the swing path, now you're making changes that are maybe too big, and all of a sudden you start hitting the bottom of the net, or it just creates problems where
Yes.
this is a better solution. You saw you hit the best forehands I've seen in the whole 10 days.
Yes.
Those were amazing.
Yeah.
Now when you come to the court tomorrow, you hit like this, you're making winners every time. Your rhythm has gotten so much better.
Yes, yes.
Where you're doing what you talk about the potro, you are loading more inside the stroke. So it's more dynamic, the whole
Yeah.
thing. It was not so static like it was in the beginning. So you're doing good, man.
Yeah.
How about we take a look at the serve now, okay?
Yeah, great.
All right. Like today in our match, you put a lot of trouble with the serve. You hit serving aces.
Yeah.
You put in service winners. I mean, that was probably the best you've served. See, I couldn't tell today because I was looking at you from far away. I couldn't tell where you were making contact,
Yeah.
but I bet you that there was more in front.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
I guarantee you that.
Yes, because now I can think in this. you know?
Yes, yes.
I'm not thinking it here.
Okay, good.
Look.
It's so much more in front, dude. It's a big difference.
Yeah, because I don't have to think.
Yeah, it's a huge
I'm
difference.
just doing.
Huge difference. Yeah, that's a good miss, actually. This is maybe a tad low to toss, but it's a good miss. A very aggressive body activity there. It's okay.
Good one,
It's
too.
a good miss. It's a
Yeah.
good miss.
It was cool.
I'm actually quite surprised I'm seeing you miss the ball into the net. I don't think I've seen you miss that many into the
Yes,
net.
always long.
Always long, yeah. Much better toss, man. Way better. Way, way better.
It's a miracle, huh?
It's not. There's no
I have a
miracles.
name for a miracle.
Right.
Hard work.
Hard work and good instruction. That's the only way
Yes,
to
of
do it.
course. Of course.
Look, it's a full moon tonight, man. That's why you're serving well. See this?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
It
Okay.
was for my left.
It was a little bit, but you corrected it. You actually corrected that one. You bent your body a little bit and corrected it.
I think I can play well. I can do this. It's not. It's me who is doing.
Absolutely.
It's me who hits the target with my forehand.
Remind yourself when you're on the court, even if your serve doesn't go in, right?
Yeah.
You know you can do it and you can get it back.
Yeah.
So you can be positive.
Yes.
Same on the forehand. You've proven now that you know how to do it.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of accessing it in a match. Can you do this tomorrow? We don't care.
Yeah.
Maybe not, maybe yes, I don't know. But eventually in the future you will.
Yes. Yes. That's
You
the
just,
goal.
you just remind yourself, you know
Yes.
how to do it.
That's the goal. 1, 2.
It's a 1, 2, 3 rhythm. That's the serve course. Okay, well, you lost a little bit of power. I think you caught it quite high. The timing was off.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not bad. Ah, man. That toss, I like that toss so much more. Very heavy. Oh, can you do a couple of seconds?
Yeah.
Very strong, man. You got it, man. I can't with the mic. There's a microphone.
Sorry.
I would, but we would break the microphone. I would do the chest bump.
I'm hurting you. It's a back, it's the knee, and then
Nah.
it's the final.
You break my chest.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's okay. You broke nothing. All this is like just what happens to me all the time. Nothing, none of your fault, man. It's not like I was perfectly healthy and now all of a sudden I'm getting injured this week. Getting injured for the last 10 years. It's okay. Better, way better. Here, last one, match point. One more, I didn't like that one. It was less kick on that one. Do another one. We forget now, but like a week ago, you had no second serve. I mean, you were double faulting like crazy.
Yeah.
And it's really night and day. It's gotten a lot better.
Yes.
Yeah, you're serving well.
Yes.
Let's call it for today. I think it's enough. And tomorrow is going to be a very important day. We got a lot of training tomorrow. We
Okay.
got a lot of tests that we're going to see how everything is.
Yeah.
And go from there. But great job today, man. You're doing great.
Yeah. Thank you.
Nice.
Thank
Very
you
nice
very
work.
much.
I think today was one of our best practices we had so far.